Time is scarce, beginning exercise is intimidating, and right now living a healthy lifestyle isn't practical. It's not that you don't value your health. Societal barriers are preventing you from reaching your health and fitness goals. Our in-home personal trainers and health coaches are here to make health and fitness more accessible. Especially in lieu of the pre-existing disparities exaggerated by the COVID-19 pandemic. We will show up in person or on your screen to support you as you defy the odds.
Alrighty, good morning, you wonderful humans. I hope you enjoyed that. That's our commercial. It's finally done. My name is Seth Spicer, and this is Connected Community Health Support's free virtual exercise group workout. It's day 49, week 17. We already have Happy Face in the chat. Good morning, Happy Face Candle. Pro tip, keeping tropical fish at home can have a calming effect on the brain due to all the endorphin. Glad you're here this morning. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It is Monday and we're ready to get back at it. We're starting a new cycle today, and that is when we go for 45 minutes. I do this with Jacob Carroll and Adam Fox as Connected Community Health Support. And we're an organization committed to making health and fitness more accessible. We will support you along your weight loss journey, health journey, to reach whatever your health goals are. And we can provide all sorts of information and resources for you available either here on the stream. You can ask in the chat or go to connectedchs.com. And we have tons of stuff there. All right. So we're going to be doing this stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, just like we did last cycle. Now I have to tell you that I'm going at 7:30 in the morning. We're doing that Monday, Friday, but we're also going at noon and 5:30 p.m. on Tuesday, Thursday. Okay, so I'll put that in the description, and we'll try and give you more of a heads up to the different platforms as we go throughout the week to remind you of that. All right. So you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Twitch, you can find us on Facebook. Watch all of our replays on YouTube as well. And if you've been here till now, you already know that. All right, that makes more sense. Happy Face, endorphins, due to all the endorphins. Happy Faces, or not Happy Face. Wow, yeah. Happy Faces ruined a lot of good jokes for me. Autocorrect has ruined a lot of good jokes for me, too. Hakuna Matata. Next time. It's still glad it's there anyway. So as always, stay tuned for the end of the workout. We're going to have our quote and our tidbit of the week, of the day. And with that, I think we'll get started. We're going for 45 minutes today. 8 exercises. We're doing them for 3 sets. So we're going through 3 sets of 8 exercises, 45 seconds of work and 45 seconds of rest today. We're going to start with our warm-up, hit the exercise, and then go for a cool down and send you on your way to have a beautiful day. All right, here we go. Let's get started with the warm-up, shall we? Go ahead and find your space. I finally have the workout at the bottom here today. And now we can get started. Let's start from the top down today. Let's get a little crazy. We're going to start with some neck circles. Just go ahead. Slow, nice and slow. Neck circles, each direction. As always, make sure you talk to a physician before beginning any exercise program. That being said, we made this as adjustable and as individualizable as humanly possible, so that anybody can have access to a nice solid workout. All right, switch directions if you haven't already with the neck circles. And good. If you want to take a second and just go side to side with your head. And then take a second to nod forward and up. Look to the ground, look to the sky. And now finally, let's rotate. Look to your left, look to your right. We're going to repeat that a few times each side. And good. Moving on down to our shoulders, we'll do some shoulder circles. Shoulder circles backwards. There we go. Get all the creaks and cracks out. Watch out for any fans, ceiling fans you may have. I've hit that puppy more than once. He's lucky to still be standing. Other direction. Snapping and popping, people usually get worried about it. As long as it doesn't hurt, it's usually fine. If it starts to bother you and get irritated, definitely get it checked out. Maybe question the chat quick and I might be able to help you. All right. Happy face. You know what's next in the workout if we're going top down. We're doing T-spine rotations. That can either be standing, facing forward, breathing in, breathing out, rotating the right hand to the back wall, watching the hand. Repeat on both sides. Or you can be down on your hands and knees, reaching underneath you, and then reaching up to the sky. I am very tense today. Reach underneath you, left elbow up to the sky, whichever one floats your boat. Really what we're just trying to do is provide tools. There it is. Tools so that anybody can enjoy a solid workout in our absence. All right. Either one of those T-spine rotations, do whichever one feels best for you, 5 to 7 times. And now what we'll do is we'll move on down. We'll hit the hips. Let's start with a nice hacky sack skip today. Inside, outside. That's external rotation and internal rotation. It's going to warm up the, you guessed it, internal, external rotators of the hip. It's just like you're pulling the inside of your ankle up to touch it, and then you're trying to touch the outside of your ankle. Just like you're playing hacky sack if you've ever done that. Switch legs, inside, outside. And if you want to try and get it up to your hand, that's a good cue too. So touch the outside of your ankle, touch the inside of your ankle. Holy crap, it didn't even feel like the weekend. That went by in the blink of an eye. All right, and that's feeling good there. Let's do some leg swings with it. If you want to do some leg kicks, of course you may. But what we're gonna do is leg kicks or leg swings, forward and back with the right leg. And now we'll go right into across the body leg swings, left to the top, across and out. And then switch legs, forward and back with the left leg. Here we go. I like to pretend I'm punting something. Whether it be ball, maybe football, child, soccer ball, you know, the usual stuff, across the body. Whoa, falling on that one. All right. And we'll do some ankle circles to cap it all off. Then our warm-up will be over. And we can proceed to our wonderful exercise program. As always, all body weight, no equipment required. 45 seconds of work to 45 seconds of rest. I'll keep the timer, and I can, of course, I should probably share the timer with you because it is a super effective timer, good for any at-home workout. All right. My ankles are feeling warm. My hips feeling loose. Shoulders not in chronic pain. Seems like we're good to go. All right. With that, we'll get started. I'll press the button to start with 10 seconds. I have right down at the bottom, we brought it back. Down at the bottom, we brought it back. We have our floor touches, snow angels, raise the roofs, high knees, squats, push-ups, And then we have a special one today, our hollow body hold. And then, of course, Superman number 8. We'll provide some variations where we need to make sure that we have a standing variation and, well, when necessary. If the exercise doesn't allow itself to be modified such that anybody can do it, we'll provide a variation. All right. Cool. And let's do it. So you can either do a staggered floor touch right now, or we can go down and do a glute bridge. All right. And that can even be a single leg glute bridge, whatever feels good for you. We'll get started in 10 seconds. Find your position. I'll start my timer. I'm going to start with a staggered deadlift, like a single leg deadlift, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good morning. Single leg deadlift alternating for me. I touch the floor, push the butt back. Looks like this from the side. Chest up, butt back. I like to try and touch my ankles. Nice and slow if you need to. First set really just gets you kind of warmed up and stretched out, right? Keep it working. Make sure you're alternating if you're doing the single leg glute bridges. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. Wonderful. After our floor touches, we have snow angels, and those can be either prone or bent over. I'll demonstrate the bent over variation. First, prone always means you're just lying on your belly. So the bent over position generally starts with your forearms on your knees. And then you can go to do whatever variation we are going to do. It could be I's, Y's, and T's, you name it. Today we're doing snow angels, and that's just going to be making a big old snow angel with your arms. Starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Here we go. Snow angels. Like you're waving for help to the floor. Try and keep the hands nice and high in the air. Going for 45 seconds, only 25 seconds left already. Keep the elbows above the level of your head. Keep them up. I'll show the floor variation next time. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. That one always feels great for me. When you're resisting gravity, trying to pull your arms forward, you're going to pull your arms back to fight them. That does a great job of opening up your chest and undoing a lot of that poor posture that we might experience throughout the day. I know I do when I'm typing up a whole bunch of stuff for CCHS. Water. And the next one, we love it. We're glad they're back. Not Flappy Birds, I'm sorry. Raise the roofs. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready? Let's raise the roof. There we go. If you want to go fast, get more of a workout, you absolutely may. If you want to go nice and slow with me, I'm in this for the long haul. We have 3 sets of these exercises, and I've done raise the roofs for 60 seconds in a row before. So I know better. I know what I'm capable of, and it's not pushing it for that amount of time. If you're getting tired, you can go one arm at a time. Of course, we want to feel like we're working. We want to push it. But if you can't maintain the intensity, here is a variation. It's still getting some movement for us. Time with that exercise. And of course, you know, my shoulders are tight. So once I get above about here, I really start to feel it and I have to stretch against my own muscles. So those ones are always a good workout. Next up, we have high knees. Now, we have different variations that work for absolutely anybody. If you really want a hard workout today, you can really get it going fast, get them up, get them going quick. If you're still new to exercise, of course, you can pitter patter, right? Or any variation of height therein. Okay, we're gonna start in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. High knees. You can get them up. You can just do marching if you like. I'm gonna get them up. This is really a core exercise. We're working our lower core. If you really want to take it slow and get them up high, it especially turns into a core exercise as you push the knees forward. And then, of course, you can just do a low pitter patter as well. 3, 2, 1, and time. With that exercise, whew, that one felt great. Of course, remember, you're supposed to be maintaining an exercise intensity level where you can hold a conversation with a partner that you're doing this exercise with. Anything more than that, say you're like, doing there, something like that. That's a little too intense for what we're looking for. We are looking for optimal fat burn zone, and you can use your breath to tell if you are there. Next up, after high knees, we have our squats. You know the deal with the squats. It's like you're sitting in a chair, starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Go to a depth that feels good for you. Go to a depth that feels good for you. If you can go a little slow, touch the floor, while keeping a nice tall back, absolutely may. If you got a quarter squat in you, half squat, 3/4, full squat, whatever works for you. Just a couple of fellas squatting together, yeah? Nothing more, just a little squatting action on a Monday morning. 3, 2, 1, time with that exercise. Next up, after squats, per usual, we have a good old-fashioned push-up. We all love a push-up, but I'm going to show you how you can do it from the wall. Anybody can do this push-up. Standing, push against the wall, push out and away. The lower you go, the farther back you walk your feet, the harder it becomes. And of course, if you have a couch, if you have a dresser, anything like that, you can use that. Or, per usual, feel free to just do the floor or from your knees. I will demonstrate from the side today. I will check that out in just a second, starting with the push-ups in 3, 2, 1, begin. And I will check out that comment in 40 seconds after our push-ups. Friendly reminder to keep that core tight. Don't let the low back sag on you. Just pushing the floor away from you. Make sure you're breathing through the exercise. Breathe through every exercise. Unless you're doing a 1 rep max, in which case your body's going to do what it's going to do. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. All right, little lashes. Good morning. Also, something to keep in mind, knees stay in line with toes for squat. I have never talked about that on stream before, but I will on the next set. That is a great cue that a lot of people miss, and it's great for alignment. Thank you so much for putting that in the chat. Love to see the chat engagement. I'll come back to that. Good stuff. Hollow body hold. You can do from the floor or from the wall. What it looks like, your hands go up, reaching as high as you can, basically just leaning against the wall tall. It's almost like an elongated plank. From the floor, it looks like this. Same thing. Hands out in front of you, pushing your hands, forearms in the floor, while making sure that your hips are rotated up underneath you. Basically, pulling your belly button into your spine as you hold that position. I'll start on the wall with us. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Hands up on the wall. Walk your feet back a little bit. Press the hands, or you can do forearms too, into the wall. It's like a plank from the wall. Reaching up nice and tall, pulling your belly button into your spine. Of course, let's try it with the forearms. If you don't like the hands extended overhead, forearms into the door, pulling your belly button into the spine. Basically, it's like sucking your stomach in, as they say. A little bit of resistance from the door, almost like a plank. 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. The hollow body hold is a little bit funky, but don't worry. The more you practice it, maybe you can try it from the floor. You'll be able to feel your core turning on as you push your hands down into the floor. Awesome. Yeah, good morning, no problem. I appreciate it, for sure. We love all the engagement we get in here. Superman's, so you can do a Superman from the floor, like so, or we just hold it, or we can do pulses, or of course, you can always do the standing glute kickback on the wall, like so. And I always feel that one right in my glute, especially when I make a point of not letting my back go all sorts of everywhere, right? Core tight, kick back. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready. Begin with the glute kickbacks, alternating or with the Superman. Here we go. Ready, begin. I'm going to do some pulses. You can hold it if you like. Alternate on the wall with the glute kickbacks if you like. Hold it for a minute. Make sure you're squeezing the glutes with these. If you feel in the low back especially, you make sure you want to use the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. And that's the end. Here I come. Of set number 1. Good work, good work, good work. We get 45 seconds rest, plus our 15 minutes that we get in between different sets. Water is good for the soul. All right, so yeah, actually I'll touch on that squat thing really quick. So I think the best way to demonstrate it is almost with a step up or a stool. What little lashes? It's either little lashes or little ashes, whichever. So what you're saying is your toes should be in line with your knee. And a lot of people, when they squat, this happens, where their feet are kind of everted. So then when they squat, it looks like this and their knee can buckle in. But when you squat, I'm going to rotate just a little bit. It should look like that. Toes over top, knees over top of the toes, in a nice, safe, balanced position. Once you start to rotate outwards and evert, you get some malalignment. Can cause a lot of torsion at the knee and has a no bueno. All right. Usually you don't get people that are duck-footed, but it does happen. So there's the lesson for today, brought to you by Little Ashes. Really appreciate that. And we're about out of time for our break, in between sets. So we're going to go back to the top and start set number 2 here in 11 seconds. Single leg glute bridge, I will demonstrate this time, or you can do the single leg deadlift starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. And again, we provide variations because exercise. Some exercises feel better than others, and you should be able to do which one feels best for your body. I mean, you've already got grade A entertainment here. Now all you need is the right exercise for your body. Keep working, pushing this top of knee up to the sky, and time with that exercise. I try and do my best to explain these things, but of course, sometimes it just turns into do as I do, right? Next up, we have snow angels. All right, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day too. Enjoy your workout. Thank you for stopping by. If you have any friends that you think could benefit from a body weight, fat burn, friendly environment, supportive environment for reaching their health and weight loss goals, feel free to let them know about us. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Next up, we have our snow angels. They can be bent over or prone on your belly. Last time I did bent over. This time I'm doing prone. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. And it's like a snow angel. But the snow is all gone because it's almost August. And now I'm on my belly instead of my back. These feel best for me when my head is on the floor. I recommend that one. And keep on working. We're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time with that exercise. Awesome. Next up, after the snow angels, a little bit of sweet relief. Oh boy, we love a good raise the roof. And here it comes. Grab some water if you need it, of course, and always. And per usual, if you do have any questions or wonderful comments or jokes of the day, like Happy Face always without fail puts in, thank you as always, Happy Face, throw them in the chat. I'll be here and I will respond to them at will. Raise the roofs, starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We love a good raise the roof. We love a good raise the roof. Yep. All right. Now, if you ever have music that you want to play nice and lightly, I recommend it too. You can raise the roof to the tempo. Raise the roof to the tempo. Turn it into a bit of a dance. Exercise always feels a little bit easier for me when it's a dance. 10 more seconds. Oh, here comes the pain. All right, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. We love a good raise the roof, right? Don't we? All right, next up, we have high knees at whichever height feels best for you. Happy Face, I hope you're still hanging in there. Bet you're having a good workout. This 45-minute one's getting me. But we're about halfway. So, with core exercise, number 1. Set number 2, we're starting with high knees. Or just a good old march. Working hard. Love to hear it. 3, 2, 1. Ready. Begin. Getting them up. It can be a chop. It can be a march. I think after feeling how the high knees felt last time, I'm going to march these ones out so that I stay in the optimal fat burn range for myself. I am a litmus test. If I am breathing too heavy, I imagine that you are at home as well, and that's when I'll cool it down for you. If you're a hardcore athlete and you're working no sweat, feel free to get them up and you'll get a sweat going. 3, 2, 1. Time with that exercise. Whew. All right, next one, what do we got? Squats together. As Little Ash has said before, they dipped out for the day. Make sure the knees are directly over top of the toes. That will prevent a little bit of pain later on. Prevents a nice chronic injury. It's always fun to look down and observe your form as you're going. Starting in 10 seconds, whatever depth feels good for you. I'll go here. Like you're sitting in a chair. 3, 2, 1, begin. Here we are. All right, keep the work going. Go to a depth. Maybe you can reach to full depth, but for 45 seconds, that's not reasonable for you to maintain. Well, in that case, that's completely all right as well. Start full depth, and then either decrease the frequency, like so, or move to half depth. And time with that exercise. If you're still at home and you've still not had enough, you can turn those into jump squats if you're a psychopath. That's your prerogative, but I will not be joining you with those. Like I said, we make it adjustable for anyone, including an athlete. If you're an athlete out there, that's the way to do it. Fast high knees and some jump squats. It would feel good. Cannot deny. Push-ups. Choose your location, be a wall, couch, or floor, starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. All you're doing is pushing away from the floor. Don't let the low back sag. Keep that lower core tight, and what that means is pulling your belly button into your spine. I'm going from the knees so that I can maintain it for 45 seconds and still hold a conversation. Hope you're working hard at home. Feel free, as always, to put any questions in the chat. 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1 more, and time with that exercise. I'll go right into explaining the hollow body hold again. I'm going to turn this way so you can see in the chat. I like to think of it first as if you're on your elbows. It'd be like pulling your low back up into the sky like so. It's like a plank from the knees, but now you put your hands out in front of you. Here we go, like so. And again, you pull your belly button off away from the floor. You can do this on the wall or on the floor. We're starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Make sure you breathe through this exercise. You're pushing your forearms down into the floor. It almost feels like a stretch for me in my lats. If you want, you can pull your elbows up, drive the elbows into the floor. Keep on holding it. If you're on the wall, keep on pulling the belly button into the spine. Lift that whole belly up and off the ground. And time with that exercise. I hope you're getting the hang of it. The first couple times it'll feel weird. I struggled to even activate my lower core for a long time. What I was actually feeling was me flexing my rib cage, my upper core. I'd go and lock this down, and this would still be loosey-goosey. So the hollow body is trying to get you to become familiar with pairing this lower core with an overhead reach while breathing, right? Really opening up that rib cage in a way that is great for your health, great for your breathing, great for your feeling. Next up, after hollow body holds, we are going to Supermans, all right? Or a glute kickback. I'll do the glute kickback this time, starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. We're here. We're alternating. I kick back on the out breath. Keep on kicking it back. We're alternating. You can alternate hands above the head if you want and make it like a bird dog. 3, 2, 1. In time with that exercise. We're done with set number 2. And just for a quick frame of reference, a bird dog looks like this, where its opposite leg, opposite arm gets pushed out. So you can see how that turns into the glute kickback that I was just talking about, right? Same thing, working the glutes, working our posterior chain with core stability. All right, we're going back to the top for, you guessed it, set number 3. We're almost done. We've made progress. Whew. Choose your own adventure for the variation this time. Do whichever one feels best for you. I'm going back to the single leg deadlift. You can still do double leg floor touches if you want. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. It's just a floor touch. Kind of feels good actually to go back to a bilateral. It's been a minute. And we'll back to the single leg so that I can join you guys. Pushing the butt back. That is the sign of a hinge. And the first exercise is a hinge. A hinge is different from a squat. In a hinge, you pull your butt back as the main movement. In a squat, you push your hips down as the main movement. A little bit more hip in the hinge as compared to knees in the squat. Time with that exercise. Feeling good. We're all warmed up now with our week 17 routine down below. Next up, we have snow angels. I'm going to do them from the bent over position, and I will show you the one arm variation. Right now, that's forearms on the knees. One arm variation. Looks like this. Down, up, back, forward, down, like so. Choose that if you want. Starting in 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin with the snow angels. Again, feel free to do a one arm variation of that exercise. That's also going to provide some more stability in this position. Again, you can do this from the floor if you like. Keep pushing it. Last set. 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. Boy, oh boy, I felt that one. Woo! Hope you're feeling good at home. We're almost done. We're making some real progress. Next up, we have some raise the roofs. I'm doing these ones standing. Just to remind you that you can do them standing. Per usual, we're putting out tons of good content about health and fitness and our 6 pillars of personal change. Feel free to check them out on all of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok if you have it. Starting with raise the roofs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Here we go. Get them up to the sky. If you want a little bounce with the knees at the bottom, whoop, to give you some momentum to push your hands up. Once you get tired, that is completely okay. It's even encouraged if you're getting tired. That way you can still go through the full range of motion, right? Halfway. If you want to squat and press, you absolutely may. If you want to go one arm at a time, you sure can. Working our shoulder muscles here today. 3, 2, 1. And that is all for the Raise the Roofs in the middle of the week 17 routine. Clean and done. Next up, we have our high knees. Oh boy. We've also instituted health coaching on top of our in-home personal training. We've changed the prices of the in-home personal training. It's now more affordable in line with our mission. We figured out a way to make it work, and we're excited about that. So feel free to check out those two things on our website. We also have various products to make sure that health and fitness is easier to do. Bands, Tupperware for meal prep, you name it. All right, high knees, starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Here we go. And no, I'm not just trying to sell you anything and everything. I only put stuff on the list that I wanted to deeply buy myself if I didn't already have it. And many of the things I do have, because Tupperware is the cornerstone of my meal prepping each week. I don't know where my nutrition would be without a good set of Tupperware. Weights laying around the house, and they can help too. 3, 2, 1. Time with the marching or with the high knees. I think my heart rate is up about near 120, 130. That's perfect for fat burn for me. That's usually anywhere between 55% and 70%, 75% of your heart rate max. And your heart rate max is usually 220 minus your age. So take whatever 220 minus your age is, times it by 0.55, and that's probably going to be around your fat max. If you are an athlete, try your heart rate max minus your age times 0.75, and that will be closer to your fat max. Level 1, sometimes level 2 training. Squats. Ready, set, begin. We're squatting together. Some good old-fashioned squats. Just a couple of people in their squats. You know us, just squatting away. Again, stay tuned. We're almost done, and we have our quote of the day. Quote of the week and tidbit of the day, brought to you by CCHS. Keep it working. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. Next up, push up. Trying to do the stuff that's in my cup. All right. Push-ups can be from the wall. Push-ups can be from the floor. Push-ups can be from the couch. Last set, I'm going to try and do them from the up position the whole time. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Begin. Keep the core tight. Keep on working. Last set. And time with that exercise. Oh boy, obieruto. I need to work on push-ups a little bit more. Oh man, feels good though. We love a good push-up to work the chest. Next up, hollow body hold. Now that we've got our chest all forward, we're gonna open back up with a hollow body hold. You can do it from the wall or from the floor. I'm gonna dig my elbows into the floor and press down into the floor. You can do the same thing on a wall. All right, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Elbows into the floor. The more you drive them down, naturally you should feel your belly button lift up off the floor, and you want to assist that. You want to double down and support that feeling, pulling your lower core in towards your spine, breathing deep into your belly as you do this exercise, pushing your elbows into the floor, pulling your belly button into the spine. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. And you'll find not only is it a core exercise, it's also a lat exercise. The first time I did it, I was trying to re-engage my lower core, and I woke up the next day with my lats feeling like somebody had hit them with a Mike Tyson throw. They were sore. Next up, after a hollow body, we have Superman's. Last exercise of the set. If you're on the floor, join me with some Supermans. If you're on the door, do some standing kick backs. Up to you. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Here we go. I like to try and look up towards the sky when I do it. Ten more seconds. I'm gonna hold it for 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are done with that workout. Oh, let's get a little bit of a cool down together, and then I'll go into the tidbit of the day. Try and breathe through your nose into your lower belly. Do some twisties with me. That workout felt good. The 45 minutes definitely felt a little different than the 30. That's the truth right there. Do some bear hugs. Breathing through your nose. Get that heart rate down. If you can, make the out breath slower than the in breath. So it's going to go 1, 2 in, 1, 2, 3, 4 out. Breathe in, 1, 2. Slow out, 1, 2, 3, 4 out. Basically, double the time that you breathe in, you should be breathing out for. All right, and I recommend that's all using your nose. We'll do it one more time together as we shake out the legs. We'll breathe in through our nose and breathe out through the nose. One more time. I'll count and guide you through it. Breathe in through the nose, heavy. 1, 2, maybe 3. Breathe out through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, good stuff. I'm feeling pretty good. If you think that it would be a good idea at the end for me to demonstrate a various stretch, maybe one different stretch after each session, let me know if that's something you'd like in the chat. And now I'm going to go into my classic tidbit and quote of the week spiel. All right. Hope that was a solid workout for you. Now I'm going to leave you with your little bit of goodness for the day. If you sign up for our email campaign, basically you get all of these to your email so that you can go over and get a refresher of the stuff that we're doing per week. You can see our motivational quotes of the week. You can see our blog posts with all of our various tidbits in it and kind of how those can be incorporated. And they'll be written a little more articulately than what I can do here live. But if you want that, feel free to check that out. And then you'll see as well one of our videos and maybe some of the stuff that we're offering as well. Cool. So the quote of the week is from Mr. Walt Disney himself. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. It's a little aggressive, but nonetheless, I think it holds true. A lot of people don't know where to start, and it starts with getting started on whatever your goals, whatever you need to do to reach your goals. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Thank you, Walt Disney. And then the tidbit for this week comes from the pillar of policy change. Haven't heard of that one before. That's pillar number 7. And although that does have a very big impact on our lives, it might feel more impersonal. And let me tell you why. Because policy change it's the community and national policies that can, incentivize our behaviors either for or against healthy living. So for example, this is where your workplace health program might come in. If we ever institute a sugar tax in the US, that would be a policy change. Or maybe something like a CDC guideline that recommends how often or the programs by which we exercise regularly. So like I said, when I said that we reached the 12-week mark was when we reached the national guidelines for physical activity each week. What that meant was we've met the federal guidelines, right? The policy change, how much they recommend we exercise each week to maintain a healthy life. And of course, we're only going up from there because we're gung-ho at being as healthy as we can be and accelerating our progress towards our goals. But those are examples of policy change. Now, the one that I'll make really quick this week, how you can actually make this personal and institute it into your own life is through community work. All right. And not like, service, but, I'll say it like this. The most effective health change start at the community level. That's what research has shown. So last week, for example, we talked about the types of relationships. And of the big 4, the last one was community, right? And how that relationship can affect you within your community. Right? And this can be work relationships, maybe church, something like that. So in other words, your social circles, and I like to call this the silent hand, how that guides our behaviors and activities. So for example, what you can do this week to change or influence your social circles, the policies, you can go to your boss and say, hey, boss, do we have any workplace health programs? And chances are they do, and we weren't even aware about it because a lot of places don't do a great job of telling their employees that. But you can check for workplace health programs, or if not, say, hey, man, that could really save us a lot on health insurance for the business. Have you ever considered that? And they'll say, that's a good idea. And they call it Connected Community Health Support and get it in. You can talk to your church. All right, if you go to church or any organization like that for you, and maybe you can have, one of those, healthy competitions where you can see who can walk the most miles each week, and the winner gets a gift card or something like that, right? Something to incentivize your larger groups to live a healthy life. And of course, you can always go on to connectedcommunityhealthsupport.com and create a local health group in your area and be that leader, be the initiative your community might need to become more healthy. That would be a beautiful thing that anybody could do. So that's our tidbit for the day. Again, our quote is from Walt Disney. And our quote is, "The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing." And our tidbit of the day is from Policy Change for Once. And that's talking about how you can slightly begin to alter the policies that affect your life and guide your health. Thank you all for joining. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and a fantastic workout. We will see you tomorrow at noon o'clock Eastern Time. This is Connected Community Health Support. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to connectedchs30@gmail.com or hit us up on any of our social medias at Connected CHS, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, we're probably there. All right. Thank you all. Seth Spicer on behalf of Connected Community Health Support, signing off. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.